Good evening, everyone. Jewel here with your tropical update. Here we go. Here is Tropical Storm Hannah right here. Winds 50 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure 999 millibars. If you're tracking 27.3 north, 94.3 west, it's moving west at 10 miles per hour. And we have Gonzalo. Good news for everybody about Gonzalo. Looks like it's coming down in strength a little bit, folks. The maximum sustained winds are 40 miles per hour. The minimum central pressure is 1,008 millibars. It's at 10.0 north, 55.6 west, and it's moving at 18 miles per hour to the west. And you know, I always say that when they pick up speed, they lose a little strength. But also, of course, we have a little bit of sheer wind, but we have a little bit of dry air mixing in with it. And I'll tell you more about that in just a second. Now, over here, disturbance number 1. Folks, this is the one to watch. I'm just telling you. It's just a tropical wave about 300 miles south-southeast of the Cabo Verde Islands. It's continuing to produce an area of cloudiness and disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Now, the disturbance is expected to move westward across the tropical Atlantic during the next several days, and some gradual development of this system is possible by early next week. Now, when it reaches the western tropical Atlantic, that's when the formation will start to build up. I've checked this out. After we get through this weekend, I'll show you what I mean. I'll have a better idea of what's going on, but it reminds me a lot of the track of Irma. Now, in 2 days, 0%. In 5 days, 40% chance. Now, when I say that, I want to turn on my pencil right quick and show you what I mean. It's going to come across like this. Go up over the northern island area. A lot of Dominican Republic, you're going to get some of it. It's going to go over the mountainous ranges of Cuba. Then, where shall it go? Well, we have this high pressure that's out here, of course, but we have a low that's outlining it. We have another low ridge right in here. And we're going to have a low over here. Nothing to do with a storm, just a low system. This is going to be right in here. It's either going to ride this ridge in the Gulf, go up in Florida, or right up the coast in here. Okay? So we're going to have to watch this from Florida to North Carolina to Virginia. From Florida to Texas, we're not going to know where this system right here is going to go. But unless a lot of stuff changes, which it could, of course, because, like, you know, I'm looking out like a week from Sunday. That's a long time, and this stuff changes in hours, as we know. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing now. So, everyone who has your kits, your plans ready for Tropical Storm Hannah, and all up and down the Gulf Coast states, keep them prepared. Everybody on the islands, be prepared. Dominican Republic, if you haven't got prepared, do so. Also Jamaica. It could bounce down there and go across Jamaica. And also the Bahamas. You need to keep everything ready just in case this forms and bounces around. Now, great news for the islands. The hurricane watches are gone. You do have tropical storm watches, though, okay? And the Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft that went out earlier this afternoon found that Gonzalo had very poorly organization. Now, it even reported seeing some multiple low-level swirls, which is surprising given the small size of the cyclone. This is a very small storm, but wherever it goes over, it will bring lots of rain. And yes, you're still going to get some wind. Now, small systems like this are notorious for quick changes in structure and intensity, both up and down. And therefore, despite its current downswing, don't let your guard down. It is too soon to say for sure, that Gonzalo will not re-strengthen to some degree before it reaches the southern Windward Islands. With that said, confidence in the intensity forecast is a little bit higher now that we have a bit better data to go by to base the forecast on, and it does not seem likely that Gonzalo will overcome the dry air. That dry air is mixing in with it that's currently inhibiting its development. Now, regardless, you're going to have tropical storm conditions across portions of the southern Windward Islands Saturday and Saturday night, tomorrow and tomorrow night. Now, tropical storm warnings are currently in effect, as you can see, for some of the islands. Please monitor your local weather and your local officials and prepare for heavy rain for portions and flash flooding, with light threatening flash flooding. Now, it's looking like the winds, the highest winds that you guys are going to get are 45 miles per hour. 45 mile per hour winds with tropical storm conditions. The watches and warnings have changed with Gonzalo. The government of Trinidad and Tobago has issued a tropical storm warning for Tobago and Grenada. Now, the government of St. Lucia has canceled the tropical storm warning for St. Lucia. Now, tropical storm warning is in effect for Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Tobago, Grenada, and all of its dependencies. So, with that said and done, if you live in those areas, you know what's happening right now. Looking like the wind conditions should begin on tomorrow with these tropical storm warnings, and also the rain. You're going to have rain 2 to 5 inches with some isolated maximum amounts of 8 inches in Barbados and the Windward Islands through Sunday night. It's also to produce total rain accumulations of 2 to 4 inches in Trinidad and Tobago, as well as 1 to 2 inches over northeastern Venezuela. You know, you're going to have flash flooding occur, and rip currents are going to be horrendous. And never forget, there's a chance for tornadoes. Good news for the Windward Islands, bad news for the coast of Texas. As you can see, hurricane warning up now. Now, the satellite imagery, along with the Doppler radar data from Houston and Corpus Christi, indicate that Hannah has been getting better organized over the past several hours. Now, also the reconnaissance airplane that went out, Hurricane Hunter airplane, the radar fixed data indicates that Hannah has turned westward at this time, and it is intensifying. Now, given the improved internal structure noted in the radar imagery, along with the SSTSs and all of the 30 degrees Celsius environments, an impressive outflow pattern has increased the fractional convergence as the cyclone is moving closer to the coast, and the approaching nocturnal convection maximum should support additional strengthening. And Hannah is now forecast to become a hurricane prior to making landfall. Now, according to the National Hurricane Center, the forecast of 65 knots should happen in 24 hours, and it's between the latest HWRF model run, which brings Hannah to 70 knots, and of course, knots are always less than miles per hour, just prior to the landfall, and the intensity consensus models of the HCCA and the IVCN. They're just below hurricane strength, but due to the forecast, Hannah forecast is to reach hurricane strength. Hurricane and storm surge warnings have been posted, as you can see. Now, this is tropical storm warnings in the blue. This is a hurricane warning right in here. Now, there's the danger of life-threatening storm surge along the Texas coast from Baffin Bay to Sargent, where a storm surge warning is also in effect. And if you live in these locations, Please follow the advice given by your local emergency officials. Now, hurricane conditions are expected along the Texas coast from Baffin Bay to Mesquite Bay, where you see this hurricane warning that's in effect. And the tropical storm conditions are expected to first reach the coast within the warning area at some point Saturday morning, tomorrow morning, and it looks like the winds will be 75 miles per hour. Once again, hurricane warning has been issued from Baffin Bay northward to Mesquite Bay, Texas. A storm surge warning has been issued from Baffin Bay to Sargent, Texas, including Corpus Christi Bay, all these other bays, San Antonio Bay, you see them all right in here. All of these places, you do have a storm surge warning. Please be aware of this. Tropical storm warning in effect for mouth of the Rio Grande to the Baffin Bay, Texas area, Mesquite Bay to St. Louis Pass in Texas. You do have all of these things going on. Please be aware and stay safe. Now, so far as the storm surge go, the combination of all the storm surge and the tide's going to cause all of the normally dry areas near the coast to be flooded by the rising waters moving inland from the shoreline. The water could reach the following peaks at the time of high tide: Baffin Bay to Sargent, Texas, including Corpus Christi Bay and Capano Bay. All of these bays right in here, I'm not going to read them all, from the mouth of the Rio Grande, that's 2 to 4 foot, mouth of the Rio Grande to Baffin Bay 1 to 3, north of Sargent to High Island, Texas, including Galveston Bay 1 to 2. And the deepest water, of course, is going to occur along the immediate coast near and to the right of the landfall location. To the right of the landfall location. Now, so far as wind goes, hurricane conditions are expected in the warning area Saturday afternoon. Tropical storm conditions are expected to begin in the warning area tonight or early tomorrow morning. Rain, 5 to 10 inches of rain with isolated maximum totals of 15 inches through Sunday night in South Texas and into some of the Mexican states. 3 to 5 inches of rain is expected along the upper Texas and Louisiana coast. The swells are going to be bad. The rip currents are going to be bad. Brief tornado or two also possible, mainly overnight across portions of the upper Texas and Louisiana coast. Hurricane Douglas out in the northern eastern Pacific, going over to Hawaii. As you can see now, the Big Island and lots of the little islands, most of the state of Hawaii right now. This is a hurricane watch that you are under. It will looks like it's in effect right now, of course, but it's looking like, from everything that I have found, it should be Sunday through Monday that this happens to get close to the islands and pass over. Now, there is that increasing chance that these strong winds and dangerous surf and rain could affect the portions of the state beginning late Saturday night or early Sunday. And everybody in all of the islands of Hawaii should continue to monitor the progress of Douglas and the official forecast and your local officials. Looking like it should be a Category 1 when it gets right close to the Big Island here. Now just remember, it can bounce anywhere in here, okay? Looking like it's just going to stay a little north of the Big Island, but as it travels across the other little islands up here, you are going to get it, then turning into a tropical storm by Sunday night. And now, the highest winds when this is all going on, when it gets close to the bigger island here, looking like it's going to be about 85 to 75 miles per hour. Please be safe, my friends. All of you are under a hurricane watch at this time. Please stay safe and be aware of all of your surroundings. That's a quick update right now of the tropical situation we have going on. Please have a good evening, a safe evening, a blessed evening, my friends. Stay safe, be smart. If you have water on your highways ponding up, don't go driving through it and get caught out in a tropical storm, for goodness sakes, or hurricane conditions. Please stay safe. Thank you for all my new subscribers and all my regular subscribers. Thanks for watching. I love you all so much. And if you haven't subscribed, I am trying to get my sub count up. Please do so. Click that bell and check off all to make sure you get all my videos. Peace, love, and kindness to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching.